Imagine you've been playing a gacha game for a year and a half and you discover that the raids were actually being read by the developers. But instead of getting mad, you are happy and you praise them on Facebook because you are happy with the compensation that they gave you. That's going to be today's topic. Moonton, how they were caught manipulating raids for Watcher of Realms, their reputation as a company, what they've done over the years, so you can see what type of company they are, and in general, how the community reacted to being a scam for a year and a half, which is not the best reaction in my opinion, because they were happy about it. So let's go over all of this. As usual, hello the internets, welcome back to the Waifus. I'm Sefhi, your favorite gambling addict. I know I've been making little videos, it's because I am farming way too much in Path of Exile. I still need to finish this character. After I'm done with this video today, back to another 12-hour stream. Feel free to drop by, come say hello. But today's topic is going to be, of course, gacha games, Moonton, and what's going on with this company, and Watcher of Realms specifically. Before that, we need to talk about who Moonton is and what they became known for since 2017. So Moonton became super popular because of a franchise that they have called Mobile Legends. Now Mobile Legends has multiple games. They have Mobile Legends Adventure, which is a gacha game. They have Bang Bang, which is your usually MOBA 5v5. This is the Adventure one, which is an idle game. And they have a few more versions, which is Magic Rush Heroes, Watcher of Realms, and Silver and Blood. So they make gacha mobile games. Great. The thing is that they became known because their most popular IP, Mobile Legends, has been on a lawsuit for 4, 5, 6 years. Since 2017, they've been on more than 4 lawsuits, I believe, at this point, between Riot Games and Moonton. And this is, of course, because as you can appreciate here, if you guys have played League of Legends, these characters look kind of similar to League of Legends itself, right? You have your Vladimir and your Leona right there, you have your Draven right there, your Jean. A lot of characters are literally a carbon copy, right? So they've been on a lawsuit for a long ass time at this point. Now this lawsuit sadly wasn't in favor of Riot because the only thing they got was a settlement and that they changed their name from Mobile Legends 5v5 MOBA to Mobile Legends Bang Bang. Now why I'm showing you this? Well, because it's important to understand where this company is coming from and why they became popular in the first place. They are not original. They are a company like a lot of other companies that the only thing they do is actually just copy what the most popular IP is doing at the point and then adapt it and change it to another theme so they can sell it on a different region or maybe on the same one in hopes of making bang. A lot of companies do this, but not a lot of them are actually successful. One company that is super successful is Moonton doing this. Another company that people don't like to talk about that does the same is Kuro Games because they always look at what Hoyo is doing. I hate Hoyo, okay? Don't call me into the comments, don't go down and be like, oh, you're a Hoyo shield. No, I hate Hoyo, just like most of you here, alright? But Kuro just sees what they're doing and they're like, interesting. Let me go and, put my own sprinkle on top here and change it a little bit for both of their games. I wouldn't be surprised if their third game is going to be like a turn-based, kind of Honkai game. We'll see. I'm just saying, okay? But some companies are successful while doing this. And Moonton is one of these companies. There is multiple articles I'm going to be referencing in the description later that you can go and check on your own for this lawsuit. But as you can see, since 2017, they have been going in and out because they keep copying absolutely everything they do. Not only characters and artwork, but even they go ahead and copy skins. So as you can see here, this is skin by Gidev, right? Kind of similar to the KDA Aria skin. These skins right here, or this art for Sack and Glow, right? Kind of interesting name for Glow. These summer skins, which are literally a copy paste. Now, summer skins, we could argue there is not much going on, right? If we talk about gacha games, for example, summer skins, what are you gonna change? There's gonna be a lot of similarities that you can find on 30 different gachas. If we talk about dresses in gacha games, there's not a lot of things you can change, right? So in this regard, it's whatever, but still, you can clearly see where they are taking inspiration from. And that is from League of Legends. Now, the last thing I want to show you before we go into the rest of the video is going to be how this company, Moonton, and other companies use different publishers in order to avoid a bad reputation on some countries. For example, Moonton has a really bad reputation on India, so they use a different publisher called Vista PTE, which is a company based in Singapore, to publish on other countries different games. Watcher of Realms, Silver and Blood, Mobile Legends, which at the time of this article was 5v time, as you can see, Mobile Legends 5v5, depending on the country. These names will actually change. Right now it's 404. A lot of companies will do this, and it's important we actually talk about Vista for a second, so you guys can see how they haven't changed in all of these years since Moonton was founded, right? Because even nowadays, the only thing they do is they keep copy pasting from other games. This is Silver and Blood. You might be thinking, okay, I cannot recognize a game from here. And that's because the style itself and the art, it's 3D, it's completely different, but every single system, down to the combat power calculations, they took from Nike. I made a separate video, you can go watch over this, but if you go to the campaign, 1-to-1 on Nike and Silver and Blood, same combat power on every stage, same number of stage, the shop is the same, the events are the same, the combat power, it's like literally everything they did, they took from Nike, and they just put a shell on top, which is Vampire Waifus. I'm not saying this is bad. I want to play this game because I played the beta, and since it's Nike 2.0, I understand the game already without having to do too much work, right? To me, it's okay, I'm playing Nike, but it's a little bit different. So this is to understand what this company does. And this is published by Vista Games to avoid, once again, the reputation that they have and to not publish on their main branch, which is Moonton. So all this said, after you know how Moonton operates and how they make their games, let's talk about Watcher of Realms, because that's going to be today's topic and what they've been doing, okay? It's going to be Watcher of Realms and how they've been manipulating for 2 years on this game of their users. And let's start with the launch of the game, because it was already quite rocky. So when Watcher of Realms launched their game, they did something pretty interesting that more games are starting to do now. They include a calendar in game where you can see all the events that are coming. And that's pretty good because you can plan ahead for the month what you want to pull, what you want to save for, specific events you might be saving stamina potions, etc. And they announced, or well, on their calendar, there was that on a specific weekend, you could get double the chances for legendary heroes. This game has really low chances at this type of unit. So it was like, okay, double the chances, guys. There is nothing else this month. Let's pull. And so most people pull on this banner, and content creators recommended pulling on this banner because there was nothing else for that month, including double legendaries or a specific legendary hero. But here is the twist, right? As you can see by this video here, How to Kill a Game 101 by Susie Plays, really good title, might steal this in the future. The next weekend, unannounced, this wasn't announced on their Discord, nor their blog, nor this in-game calendar, they did a surprise event where you could get one legendary for free every time you got another legendary. So the type of 1+1 deal like in the supermarket, right? So this was unannounced. Everyone used their gems on the previous weekend on that increased chance, right? On that double chance. And now you get this event where you can get double legendaries, but most people don't have resources. So that was the first thing that people were like, we don't really like this, because that was a really scummy move. You have a calendar that you are putting all of the events in here, and now suddenly there is a surprise event involving premium currency after you made a pretty good event on the previous one, right? So that was already a rocky start with the people. For this, they apologized by giving a multi to everyone, which was like 1,000 gems, something like that. I think it's close to a multi, correct me if I'm wrong, which was pretty funny, right? After you completely fuck over everyone, let's say they did 5, 6, 7, 10 multis, you give them 1,000 gems and be like, that's enough, boys, pack it up, we're good developers, let's keep going. But that's not all, because they were also doing a web event where you could log in. Just like in Nike, you can log in into the Level Infinite website that at some point I will make a video on, because my god, I hate that. You could log in every day and get free rewards. But people discovered that there was a button hidden you could constantly click, as you can see here, right? There was a button you could constantly be clicking that would give you free resources, free rewards for logging in every day, even though it was the same day. So people started abusing this. Content creators started recommending to use this exploit, which, by the way, if you use an exploit, things like this could happen, okay? That you are put into negative debt and it's going to suck, but it is deserved. The problem was that they were subtracting more gems than what people use for, but in this case, I don't think this is bad, because it was your problem for abusing clearly an exploit. But I'm just putting everything here in context for the release of the game and how bad it was, right? So you have the release with these two big things happening already. A web event with exploit and content creators recommending to use said exploit. And then you have this surprise event giving a free legendary every time you get an extra one after you did a previous event, and now completely unannounced, right? So those two things made it for a rocky start on the game, but that's not everything, because this is where things start to get really, really interesting. Let's move fast forward just to a couple weeks ago when this started happening. This was discovered by Fastidious, and as you can see, 2 weeks ago, 24th of November. I wanted to make the video around this time, but I've just been playing games, being a lazy bitch. I know, I'm sorry, okay? I like playing my games, I enjoy grinding in Path of Exile, what can I say? So, what was the book? Well, summons were rigged. Every week your PT would reset and you would get exactly the same summons over and over again on your first few summons, right? Now, this didn't happen to every account, but they got a sample big enough to prove their point and to prove this was happening. Same characters on same positions every single time for months. He went to his previous videos, to his previous summoning sessions, and he started tracking them down to see if this was true or not. So he raised his concerns to the developers and was like, hey, this is happening and this should be actually, investigated. He actually talked with the developers in private before making these videos. He was like, okay, let me see if this is a book or not. And the developers started investigating this and then said that this was just a mistake on their part and they were going to be fixing it. And this is where the compensation comes in, because they got this book, right? And let me find the original Facebook post so you guys can see this, because this was kind of stupid in my opinion, right? So this is the post, right? Regarding issues with summoning, dear commanders, recently content creator Fastidious raised concerns about the summoning experience. Upon investigation, we discovered that some players encounter hero drop issues inconsistent with the intended design for the first 50 invocation of spirits. Whatever, right? Now, here's the thing. This is not a discovery you make. This is not a book in the code. There is no way you get a book where people get the specific same summons every single time. That's intended. That's coded that way. You cannot make that a mistake. You cannot claim this is just, oh, sorry guys, oopsie. Somehow things are weird here, There's absolutely no way you can make this a small mistake and not intended, because how Gacha works. This is a company that since 2017 has been making Gacha games. This is not a mistake. This is not something you can just be like, oh, I'm sorry, we did an oopsie, there you go. We sincerely apologize for what this has happened. As token of compensation, we're giving you all of these things, which I think is 6 multis, a legendary multi, a prime legendary pick, which I think is a selector, and a ultimate hero pack, which I think is another selector. Don't get me wrong, I don't know. Now, here's when things get interesting, because again, this is them admitting they were manipulating rates. You cannot make this a mistake. You cannot manipulate rates because your code has a book, right? Doesn't work like that. There is not a book counseling people to, for 9 months, get the specific same summons after every single Monday it resets, right? Same character, like, you can't just make that. The interesting part comes when we scroll down and we see people say, I'm not sure what the main problem is, but thank you for addressing the issue and the compensation packs. It truly reflects the sincerity and honesty you guys have. This is easily the best response and apology from a developer I've ever seen. Thank you so much for listening to your community, addressing the issue, and sending us compensation that will actually make a difference to our account. This was a year and a half of them manipulating rates, and they gave you some resources. It feels like I say this a lot about the Gacha community, but it really baffles me how we are probably one of the communities with less knowledge about the games they're playing, in contrast to almost everything else. You go to League of Legends and they know what they're playing, and how much they theory craft and how much they agree on the company is bad, right? Rito, kind of retarded, right? But then you go into gachas and everyone loves not only the game, but also the company for some reason. The Stockholm Syndrome on the gacha community is like real, and you go here and everything, literally, it's thank you. This is phenomenal. Like, again, if you read all of these comments, there are only a couple that are negative here, and that's like about it. I'm pretty sure the rest are going to be people just being happy with what happened, which, once again, you'll have the link in the description if you want to go over this yourself so you can see this. Not only here, but also the same content creator who discovered the book, right? Fastidious YouTube. I am very proud of Moonton. Full text statement attached, right? And if you go to his text, he is like, I applaud Moonton for once reviewing all the evidence I submit, taking this 1000% as seriously as they should have, and giving this compensation that is immense. But let's be clear, it is not enough to make the players most hurt by this book whole. They've been manipulating years for a year and a half. You caught them. You are proud because they give you freebies. I'm just baffled. I'm gonna be honest, I'm baffled, because if I caught the company manipulating rates for a year and a half, I'm not gonna be happy for the compensation they're giving me. I don't know. It feels stupid, and I know I might be exaggerating on the video. I don't know. I might be tripping, guys. I sometimes feel like the gacha community, and I don't care if my community is small, because at least I know that the people that watch me have a similar opinion to me, and I'm happy with that. I don't care about mainstream gachas, and I don't care about like, because I feel like the mainstream games and most people playing gachas really don't understand what they're playing. It really feels that way to me. And there is a few posts like this on the subreddit. There was another one here saying, say what you want about Moonton. This is the only gacha game I've played where they actually look into issues, apologize, and give generous rewards for their mistakes. This is not a mistake. You just cannot be like, oh guys, it was in the code that you always get the same characters in the same place after every weekly reset on your first X number of summons. We're sorry, maybe it was a small code mistake, oopsie, there you go, some freebies. And then you are proud because of that. And this just tilts me a little bit, and yes, I made a whole video just because I was tilted about this, 100%. Absolutely. The more people we can take into actually understanding gacha games and that they are not your friend and only want money, the better in my opinion. You can enjoy the games. I love them. My channel is only about gacha games. I'm not here to, tell you don't play these games, even though you will be better off not playing them. But if you want to play them, enjoy them knowing what they are. Now, all that said though, I feel like people should be actually mad about this. They should not be happy because the compensation that they got. I just cannot understand how the majority of people are like this. When it comes to Facebook, I understand. I could get it, because most people, as you can see, are like, I don't know what even the problem is, because most people don't consume content for the game. In Nikke is the same. When we talk about Nikke has like millions of players, right? Like literally millions of players. But then you check Sky's videos, which is probably our highest or one of the biggest content creators for the game, probably Sky or Souls or one of this, right? And the amount of views in contrast to how many players there are is not Genshin. So most people don't watch content on the gacha games they play. So in that regard, I could understand Facebook, but when it comes to Reddit, which is people that are usually more, ingrained into the gacha culture, I will say it baffles me how some of them could actually just be happy about this. Now, all that japping aside, and I was gonna wait for this video, just wanted to go a little bit of it, what the situation with the Moonton was, who they are, the type of company that they are, and how some gacha players need to really start to understand the type of games they're playing. I love gacha games. I'm not gonna stop playing them. My channel will always be gacha games and Kumer games, but it will always be a surprise when we get this type of a newer audience that really doesn't understand what's going on. This is why gatekeeping is sometimes good. Now, all that said, that's gonna be it for this video. Alright, short video, a couple more videos coming out this week with Guillotine, with the review for Nikke for Guillotine, and also a little bit of the priority for the winter characters, and a couple more things that I'm looking into to make more videos like this. These videos might be boring for some people, and they might prefer other style of highly edited or not, but I'm pretty sure this is the type of content that I wanna be making in the future as well, but just looking into topics that interest me in the gacha space and talk about them. So, all in all, hope you have a great time, bosses. Have a great day. Good luck with your pool degenerates. I'll see you in the next one.
役立たずは楽園から追放するのみ。ブランとノワールのショータイムです。天地万物を切るとはこういうことだ。